When matching slope fields, you want to look for slopes that are either equal to 0 along the x-axis, along the y-axis, depend only on an x value, depend only on a y value, or have all positive or all negative slopes. So looking at D, you can see that all points on our plane x and y, the slopes are all equal to 0. So the one that has the slopes are all equal to 0 is number 1, so number 1 is letter D. Letter H, we can see that for all the points x and y, dy dx is equal to some constant, some positive slope. And the only one that's always the same is number 2, so that's letter H. dy dx is always equal to 1, so that's letter H. In letter C, we look at where the slopes are equal to 0. Slopes are all equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0, dy dx is going to be equal to 0. Also noticing in the second and third quadrant, when x is less than 0, dy dx is also less than 0. And when x is greater than 0, the slopes are all greater than 0. So that matches number 3. In letter F, again looking along the y-axis, so when x is equal to 0, we can see that the slopes dy dx is equal to 0. In all the quadrants, as long as x is not equal to 0, then dy dx is always positive, dy dx is always greater than 0. And this matches number 4, letter F. For letter G, looking along the y-axis, we can see that dy dx does not exist. So when x is equal to 0, dy dx does not exist. And in quadrants 1 and 4, dy dx is greater than 0. So when x is greater than 0, dy dx is greater than 0. So number 8 matches letter G. Again, looking along the y-axis, dy dx does not exist when x is equal to 0. In quadrants 1 and 4, dy dx is less than 0. So when x is greater than 0, the slopes are going to be negative. So that matches number 5. For letter B, looking at the y-axis again, dy dx is equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. And that happens with negative sign of x. So that number 7 is letter B. And so then that leaves number 6 to be letter E by the process of elimination.